Good morning. Welcome to my garden, Lilac Hill. I want to share on this beautiful summer morning, Pavarotti the rooster, the quite incredible comeback of the butterfly bush. This plant got hit hard in the winter and it was nothing but sticks this spring, and then it had a little bit of new growth, and then we got another hard frost, which is unusual for my area. We don't normally go down into the -10 type, 14 degrees. It was cold, but the plant amazingly pushed up from the ground and covered all its dead branches. But when I didn't know if the plant would come back, so I thought I would just use it as a structure, a frame for other plants. So I put scarlet runner bean and there's the bean and non-invasive morning glory. The scarlet runner bean is coming out of everywhere. I think it needs more, I did give it I'll come out of this side. I did give it a string to climb so I can go up to the sun deck. It's kind of funny. There's the morning glory. It looks beautiful. It gets with the orange, it complements so well. And the sun is shining on the backs of the flowers. It's so pretty. This morning glory will not give me any trouble. It is non-invasive, first frost, and it will be done. I think it is really quite a nice look, which is great because it's nice to see something growing in this soil. This is terrible soil. This isn't even soil. This is just ground with the sod removed, and the weeds are just, they're really bad. And I am weeding this as I go, but I have to really dig down into the root and not just tear the leaf off. I have to really dig the root. It'll take a long time. Really what should have happened is I should have removed the sod, killed off all the weeds with black plastic or digging, and then planted the bed. And one of the worst weeds in here is actually grass, pulling out the grass. But that's part of gardening. Another look at the two colors that are on this morning glory. So pretty. So that's nice. It's nice to see something that likes the soil. The poppies were really good too this year. These ones have been labeled. One of them is a ruffled red and the other one is a ladybird. They just grew by themselves. We had a bit of a poppy explosion in the neighborhood this year. All these poppies came from everywhere. There is a wildflower in here that I will be finding the name of because it's really good for the butterflies. And it's right here. And I want to collect the seed. It looks like a phlox. And then I thought, oh, I better get the name of that. And then I can't find it, so I'll have to get the name of that. So the whole idea, let me just back up a bit here. The whole idea behind this area, I did this last year. So the hill just was a hill. I would have to basically lay sideways to get into this area. It was not really, you couldn't really come down here. Quite wild. So I put in a nice path, and the cement stepping stones are all out of the hillside. This hillside right here is all rubble and building materials from who knows what projects that have happened on the property over the many, many years that people have lived here. So there's kind of some novelties in here. This is funny. This is just a rope in the ground to somewhere. Who knows? And I don't want to take out too much of this ground or too much of this soil because I don't want the hillside to sort of start to slide. I've got to have some way of keeping everything on the bank. So I did a little bit of a rockery retaining wall. Just sort of put things up. This has got landscape paper. So the whole idea to come down here to enter the wildflower area or the wild area is to have an sensory and tactile experience with scented plants. So the first one here is Russian sage. It's really pungent. Then you come to a Nepeta. I like collecting Nepeta catmints. I grow all kinds of different catmints. This one is Purple Prelude. That's Purple Prelude. Really nice looking catmint. And again, non-invasive, just doing its thing. Then there's a beautiful variegated sage. You come along, here's a silver thyme. And this one is silver posy. And then these weeds, nasty, nasty. To get the root, it's always better. So I'll come in here. So I'm collecting seeds. It looks like a phlox, and I honestly can't remember the name of it, so I'll have to try to find that. There's daylilies in this bed and all kinds of fun plants. It's going to look a lot better once I get more ground plants that are growing. That'll cover the ground. Dexter's Gold, Campanula, wild yarrow, lots of daylilies, Potentilla frosty. There's some beautiful spireas. So I want height, I want ground cover, I want mounded, I want all the different shapes, textures, and types of plants that I can grow on a fairly well draining site. Poor soil, but well draining, but getting amended. Okay, so another Russian sage, more whimsy, a truck I found in the ground, just washed it up. There's another plant that's in here that I actually quite like, and it is the wild mint. The scent on this wild mint is really, really nice. And a little lichness or rose campion grew by itself. Mountain bluette. Oh, and this wild mint is so... I remember one of the first times we ever mowed this hill, because this hill used to be grass, well, attempted grass. And the whole yard smelled of wild mint. Here's another Nepeta. That's this one here. Cubanica. Neptune. That's really a pretty one. It's in a pot, just for a different look. I found this giant rock in here, and I'm just leaving it because I don't want to pull that rock and have the bank drop. They say on Gardener's World, a program I follow, that we should be cutting back our grass now. So I will be going in here and cutting. But look at this wild mint. Oh, that scent. Oh, and this is another one of those perennial plants that the butterflies just love. So I've got to get the seeds off this. And there's a little lilac in here. Kind of hills and valleys and dips and places for wildlife to get in and build their habitat. And I think this one's a lemon. It's hard to tell. My hands are getting covered in scent. Some herbs. This is probably another thyme, lemon thyme. And this is fun too, because as I come along here, I brush against this one. This is a fun little corner. It doesn't look like anything, but that rock right there goes deep, or goes the length of up to my elbow. That's how deep that little tunnel is. And again, if I pull out all the rubble that's actually in this hill, I will have a collapsed hill. There's lilac. I won't go up too high because the sun's going to hit the camera. I'm about an hour late for the sunrise. And this is another one for Tactile. This is oregano. Look at this oregano. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, smells so good. More mint. And I don't mind the mint. If the mint wants to come in here and spread, it doesn't bother me. I'm pushing past the forsythia, which needs to be pruned. Yeah, everything just looks good. Oh my gosh, that's the lemon. That is lemon. That's lemon time. That smells like lemon. Okay, now a quick look at my crazy wild area because there are blackberries growing. Now, I like blackberries. This is getting quite low. This is the lowest point in the yard. And you can just see way up there, that's the structure of the greenhouse we're building. So this is a big drop. You do not want to fall on that hill in the night. There's blackberries in here, and I do take care of these blackberries. They will be pruned. I can wrangle them into control in the fall. And then this is sort of like my little wild area down here. And there's a really nice sunflower that I planted. I have a lot of the helianthus in the yard, in the garden. There he is, off in the distance. So the plan down here is to eventually have a path, an exit at the top. There's a blackberry, but I won't climb in there and eat it. I think the birds are getting a lot of them, which is okay. This is a great area for the birds to nest, let me tell you. They love the blackberries, they love the cover they provide, and they're holding up the bank. Because if I took the blackberries away, I'd have nothing but erosion. And yeah, they're big, they get gangly, they have thorns. But really, a good prune and put them on the burn pile. We're allowed to burn here, so my neighbor has a burn pile. And that's where they go. Okay, I wanted to move along because I do want to show another area. I just have to see how that goes with the sun. Oh, look at that. That's gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to try and go around the corner without looking directly at the sun because we have some nice things up here. A lot of these helianthus in the garden. Look at that color. It looks so nice with the globe thistle in the background, and then beyond that is yarrow. This is a beauty berry. What a gorgeous day. There's the liatris in here, the blazing star, euphorbias. I helped my neighbor with some sewing. So she brought me this beautiful little plant. What is this one called? It's an echinacea. It's the Sunny Days series, and it's called Lemon. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to build on the color of the coneflower and the euphorbia. And one of the first things I'm going to do is move this little burning embers euphorbia, which is getting completely dropped on by the building of the little glass house, over to that side. So I think those two will complement each other nicely. That's just the back side of the glass house. I'll go more into these plants once I get them moved. Oh, and this yarrow is moonshine. There it is. It's coming out of here. It's going into another area. And we can have a look in here. Terry's been working hard getting this all set up for me. This is just going to be a really nice space to enjoy and have the seedlings growing. I want to do more plants annuals from seed. So this looks great. Got our little door on. I've got some hardware ordered because the door won't stay closed. Okay, so let's just have a look around here. And I just want to share very quickly my project. So I put in a path so that I can access the peonies in the spring. This ground is so hard the further out from the garden bed I go, the less I am able to dig the soil without a machine. And I just sawed a path in using my Claiborne bricks. This is a castor bean. I love the contrast of the foliage. I think that looks really good against the purple with the lavender. And then I'm going to bring that yellow yarrow into here and bring it, and then the astrantias come forward, the lady's mantle comes forward, the daylily stays where it is. And then I've got a few new things from the garden center. Little daisy and a Joe Pye weed, a stilby, and Orion geranium is down there. They'll all be able to come into this bed, and my new expansion is going to look really good. Then in the spring, when the garden center's all open, because there aren't many garden centers open right now, I want to get maybe some barberry, the light color barberry, and do a border of barberry along here. Kind of carry on with the look of the box. It's like a lower barberry hedge here would look really nice. Maybe if I can't get the light barberry, I'll get the dark. Daisies are finishing. And there's the glass house on a beautiful summer morning. I think I'll end there. So thank you for watching.